If you have decided to enter the magical world of working with resin, the first and most important thing you need to do is to familiarize yourself with the characteristics and features of resin. Resin, while being a very attractive and lovely material, is also very sensitive and irritable. One of the most important things you need to pay attention to is the method of mixing resin and hardener. If you do not observe the correct mixing ratio of resin and hardener or work in an environment that is not at the right temperature or has humidity and dust, you will most likely not get the desired results. Resin is a relatively thick liquid that requires a substance called hardener to harden. If the resin and hardener are not mixed together, they will always remain liquid. When buying resin, the seller will also give you the required hardener. If the ratio of resin and hardener is not accurate, you will encounter problems. If the amount of resin is more than required, it will never harden and will always be soft and doughy. And if the percentage of hardener is more than the allowed limit, it will harden very quickly and you will not have the opportunity to create a design. The mixing ratio of different resins and hardeners is different, which is determined by the resin manufacturer, and you can ask this. The method of mixing resin and hardener is to pour the required amount of resin and hardener into the container, and then start stirring slowly and in one direction with an ice cream stick. Do this slowly so that there are no bubbles in the resin. When the resin and hardener are mixed well, the chemical reaction between them begins and they begin to harden, and after about half an hour they reach a degree of consistency that you can hardly work with. This stage is called gel time. Keep in mind that when mixing the resin and hardener, the liquid first becomes cloudy and then clear. However, this time can vary depending on the type and concentration of the resin, the ambient temperature, the depth of the mold, etc. But in any case, it is better to complete any design you want to make within 15 to 20 minutes. After you pour the epoxy resin onto the surface, you should use a lighter to blow out the bubbles that formed during mixing. You can use a blowtorch or a hairdryer, but I highly recommend using a blowtorch to blow out the bubbles. The main reason is that a hairdryer has a blower, and if used continuously, it will create waves on the work.